Today we're going to go over the easiest way to relocate the AirCube brain controller outside of your tent without cutting holes in your tent to run the tubes inside. Stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. To make this job a little bit easier, we're going to add some parts to this system that should probably be included. We're going to put a shutoff valve on each line on the inside of the tent. To prepare for the installation, I laid the hose out on my back deck in the sun, let it get nice and warm so it was all in a straight line and not curled. And I'm going to keep it that way until I put it in the tent. I also bought my own line, so I have a bit more than what they provided. Depending upon how bad your OCD is, you may want to buy some more elbows. So to begin, prepare your pots, put the rubber grommets in, and install the T's. In my case, my design is going to look something like this, laid out. So now that I have the tubing the way I want, cut in my connectors, place in my pots, and we'll get to the next step. So this gives you a better idea of what connectors I'm putting where the shutoff valves are going. And these will leave the tent and they will be elevated before they get back to the ground. Y'all, make sure you get your hoses on all the way. I know it's hard, but do a good job. All right, so the tubing's in, it's routed. Not worried about levelness. The next step's pretty simple, guys. You're gonna fill your bucket, the brain bucket right here. Once it's full of water, you're gonna lift it in the air to make it the highest point so all the air in these lines that's going into the tent are elevated. Let all the bubbles come up so there's no bubbles. When you're done with that, you're gonna put it back in place. All right, once the bucket's completely filled and the pump stopped running, go ahead and come in the tent and open up your valves, both of them, and that's all you got to do. If you don't have these valves, you're just going to have to lift the bucket and let the air bubbles come out and skip this step, so the last step would be the final step. At this point, you should be able to go ahead and set it to drain. Allow all the buckets to drain out back here. Set your timer and you should be good to go. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer in the comments.